when we're talking about icy lakes.
Yeah, because once it gets thick enough, you can walk out there on it, but when you're in that transition time, you just never really know. And that's where we are right now. We're actually in transition to weather, but they say the proof is in the pudding. I say the proof's in the picture today. This comes from up around Durango, Colorado, where the snow started this morning. James Button getting this shot. Now, actually, you're looking at areas around the Durango Mountain Resort. This is a little higher in elevation than, say, the city of Durango, but even Durango seeing a little bit of snow out there today, and I'm expecting we'll see a lot more before it's said and done. We've got the clouds hanging around out there, winds cranking up down to the south, and here it comes. See that front pushing in? That cold front will traverse the area over the next 18 hours, and when it comes in, it brings with it that moisture, and while the higher elevations up north are sure to get the snow, looks like a pretty good chance of that wintry mix on back into the metro. That's why the metro under a winter weather advisory. Areas in pink north and west will get hit a little harder, meaning snowfall totals going to be a little greater here. Winter storm warnings, and when you mix in the wind, you get the blizzard warnings, such as in the northern parts of the Gila. Now, here's the radar right now to show you what's happening, and we are getting one little advanced band of snow in the area. This is just the tip of, I would say the iceberg, but we'll say tip of the snowbank out there this time around. And you can see snow's coming down near Espanola, back towards around Los Alamos. This kind of off and on stuff. Steadier snows around Cuba and back into the western reaches of, say, the Jemez Mountains here. But when you expand the view, this is when it really comes into focus for us. Heavy snows in northern parts of Arizona, heavy rains down to the south. That's part of the main storm, and that's what's quickly more or less making its way in. Now, here's the way our day's going to break down. I think about 6 o'clock tonight is when we'll finally start to see the precipitation starting in earnest around much of the area, including the metro. Be a little too warm for snow at that point, about 40 degrees, but we will see a change over to snow by midnight with that wintry mix, and I think the accumulating snows will be around through about daybreak or so tomorrow morning. So late this evening through tomorrow morning, that's when travel could be troublesome. Right now, 42 in Albuquerque. Doubt we're going to get much warmer than that. You can see the storm kind of coming in. There are a couple of little breaks in the clouds down to the southwest, but that break will be short-lived because the bulk of this storm, and it's a cold core storm, is most definitely knocking on the door. And speaking of cold temperatures, while we do get a little boost upwards in the temperatures today, even around Gallup and Grants, where we're expecting snow in the coming hours, those temperatures will start to tumble quickly when that storm comes in. And because we're expecting most of the precipitation during the overnight hours, especially in places like, say, Albuquerque and up into Santa Fe, we're pretty optimistic that this is going to be a snow event. So get ready for some snow-covered roads and slow going tomorrow morning. That'll include from the mouth of the canyon eastward on into the East Mountain communities. And it could be a little slow and slick at times back in the metro. So snow, that's in the forecast, 3 to 6 inches worth in Santa Fe, if you're wondering just how much, and a couple of inches in Albuquerque. We're back to that Durango picture. Wanted to stay on the 7-day a little longer, but you'll have to take my word for it. We're going to get a little snow in here tonight. Busy weather pattern for the next 18 hours or so. Mark Ronchetti on top of it this evening. Of course, I'll be right back in the hot seat tomorrow morning.